Hi, and welcome back to episode number 8 of our Magic Animal Club podcast with me, Squidoodle.
And me, Stampy Cat. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, it's me. Hello, I'm here too. Well, this isn't a normal episode of the Magic Animal Club podcast, is it,
I'm
Squid?
in Paris. Yeah, I'm in Paris. Listen, Paris. Paris. Oh, I'm in Paris.
I'm in Paris. Listen. Like, what was...
Listen
Listen to the Paris theme tune in the background. I'm in Paris. I'm in Paris.
It's very believable, isn't it, that I'm in Paris right now, Stamps?
Well, as you're recording this, you're not, are you? You're in
I'm
Yorkshire.
not, sadly.
So basically, what's
Yeah.
going on is, so Squid's away this week. So we recorded this podcast last week, and so because we recorded another podcast last week, we decided to do a Q&A special. So then that way we can just answer a bunch of questions, and I kind of want it. I kind of want it to be like more like quick fire questions, right? Like rather than like topics, I kind of want us just to kind of get through as many of these questions as we can, because there's a lot of questions people have, and we don't do things like this here. So I kind of want this to be a place where if anyone asks us anything, we can just say, look, just go to the podcast. We answer everything, like anything you could possibly want to know, like it's in there.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that's the episode for today then. This is the theme of today. It's the Q&A episode. So do you want to get started? Do you want to talk about anything else? I mean, while we're recording this, me and Stamps basically we saw each other. Well, we spoke to each other for pretty much the whole day yesterday, didn't we, mate? So
to be honest, Squid, I've had enough of you. To be quite frank, it's too like you're great and all, but too much exposure. Only joking. Yeah, so
too much exposure to Squid.
we don't need to do any small talk basically, because we've been chatting to each other like non-stop yesterday. So let's jump straight in. So we asked for people to leave questions on Facebook. Also, a bunch of people left them on Twitter. So I'm going to kind of alternate between the two, and kind of. We can either both answer the questions, or if one person wants to answer more, they can answer them. But yeah, let's get started then. So here we go. This is from Lewis Norgrove, and he asked, this is a question for both Stampy and Squid. If you could pick any Minecraft mob that you would like to marry, what would it be? You are not allowed to choose livestock. Example, horse, pig, sheep, cow, or pig.
Okay, we're not allowed to choose livestock. Okay, I'm gonna say an Enderman, because when they go out, they're always gonna bring me presents home, and it's always gonna be different.
It's always gonna be a dirt block. I bought you dirt. I brought you dirt.
They might be different. You never know. They might pick up something nice. I mean, the Enderman as well. Like I know, probably about 6 times out of 10 they'll actually come home. Whereas creeper, spider, skeleton, zombies, these are the ones that you take out quite regularly, the more common mob. The Enderman, you have to look for them. So I think if I want a healthy long-term marriage, I'm gonna pick an Enderman.
I think I'd go for a slime, like the biggest version of the slime, just to cuddle it.
Have many wives.
I just want to cuddle it. I'd love to cuddle it. Imagine cuddling a slime. I want to know what that feels like. I might regret it quickly if it's not pleasant, but I feel like the idea of like snuggling. Imagine being cold in bed and just snuggling up to a giant slime to keep warm. You could probably like go inside it. It'd be like a beanbag.
Wow. Yeah, but as well, if it gets killed or someone attacks it, then yeah, you'll have multiple wives. It just divides. Exactly.
If you want more company, like like if we're trying to clean the house together and it's taking too long with just us, chop a bit off. An extra pair of hands. Well, an extra block of slime.
Blob.
An extra blob. Right. Anyway, next question. So this one's from Twitter. This is from Salmon Cat. It's another Minecraft one. You can only choose one block in Minecraft to build out of, and only one food. Which would they be?
Oh, wow. One block for me, probably something like stone brick, maybe? I don't know, it's kind of a tough one actually. Because, do we get torches, or we're just in pitch black? Because if we don't get any torches, then I'm going to pick like glowstones.
I think you're allowed like other items and things, but I think like only one building block, let's say.
Okay, yeah, probably like stone brick then.
That's an exciting answer. I love grey bricks. I really just want to build it all out of grey. I mean, to be fair, any answer's kind of just, I don't know, melons or something.
Exactly.
What's like, I think you would want to do like a very neutral block, I guess. Like, I think like white wall maybe, or because it's like, it's not going to offend anyone. You can just kind of build, everything will look fine. But if you chose if you chose pink wall, then not offend people. It's just like it won't look too garish. Like if you had an entire world, say if like my favorite color is orange, and if you had an entire world that was just orange, it might get a little bit much.
Possibly, or it might just blend in with the rest of the world.
And also
the rest of the world will be orange, so it look normal.
And also one food. Mine's obvious. Of course, it would be carrots. Oh, sorry, I mean cake.
Mine would be marmalade.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, we've got another question here. I like the way first I was saying about, this is all the questions about us. These are just silly ones, but these are more fun. So this is one for you, I'm assuming. This is from Sam Brooksum, and he asks, how can I train my tarantula to do my homework?
Is this a Squiddy tips?
It sounds like one. It could be a quick Squiddy tips.
Well, one of the things that you're probably doing wrong is that you're basically letting your spider on your homework and it's not doing anything because it has nothing to write with. So make sure you get a little bit of ink and you put it on the little thingies, the little crawly legs. And when it crawls over your homework, then it will be able to write answers so you can actually see it. Because at the moment, it just sounds like you've got no ink on the tentacles and on the tarantula's legs. So that's where you're going wrong. More ink.
Well, I think,
there you go, quick Squiddy tip.
I think the bigger question is it moral? Is it correct to get a spider to help you with your homework? You should be doing your homework yourself, No. I mean, they might have...
No one does it nowadays.
It's
like,
all just
on
spiders.
Wikipedia, everyone's calculators, no one does their own homework.
I think we can say no one does their homework anymore. It's all just spiders. Everyone knows it. Right, next question. I like this one. So this one's from Raider Wolf, who does amazing artwork. I'm sure most of you have heard of her. Anyway, yeah, so Raider Wolf asks, if you could wake up tomorrow... She didn't cough. I added the cough in. She said, if you could wake up tomorrow in someone else's body, just for the day, who would that be, and what would you do?
This is a tough one. That's quite tough, actually. That's quite tough. Probably someone like... probably like an astronaut, the Tim dude, whatever his name is.
You know, he's from he lives like really close to me, like down the road.
Does he?
Yeah.
We should go see him when he comes home from space.
Yeah, well, he's not there right now. Yeah, he's just right above me actually in space.
Probably something like that. Something like, you could do like football, but something really different, like you'll never ever get to do in your life. Like we can all kick a football around, but not all of us can get the chance to go into space. So I'd probably say like an astronaut or something like that that's already in space currently. So you can just like hop in. You go, yeah, this is all right. Yeah, it's quite floaty around here. Yeah.
It's good because you skip all the traveling, don't you? It's like you're just arriving in space. Yeah, we have to see whether you feel sick. My answer,
exactly.
I think it's an obvious answer. I'd be the queen, okay? And I'd just be, in terms of what I would do, I'd just be really silly all day. I think I'd love to just be the queen for a day and just be really stupid and like asked to go somewhere and just do something really stupid and then just see the headlines the day after when I'm back to me, just like, the queen was spotted like throwing eggs at swans in the park or something. just do something stupid. Like, how funny would that be? Just to be the queen and just be like, everyone do what I say.
You have all the power in the world and you choose to throw eggs at swans in a park.
Not
like
swan
anything
eggs.
You could have done.
Other eggs. Maybe novelty fake eggs. I don't not necessarily. It's not necessarily. If I wanted to throw eggs at swans in the park, I could do that now. But it's the fact I'm doing it as the queen. Imagine that. Imagine opening the newspaper and seeing a picture of the queen with a big grin on her face, like, ha! Throwing eggs at a swan. What would be funnier than that?
The mad ruler.
Oh dear. Right. Next question. And this is from Danielle Robbins, and she asks, would you rather... God, here we go. The would you rathers are coming out. Would you rather be a judge of the X Factor or a singer in the X Factor, and why?
I'll be a judge, just because I think it'd be funny. And And yeah, you get to see more acts. When you're a singer, it's just like 30 seconds of ah, and then people judging you, and then that's it, you can go home. But I'd rather be sat there all day and get to see like all the talents and stuff like that, walk in and walk out, and have the power of the big red button. Never mind throwing eggs at swan stamps. I'm having the power of the big red button. That's what I'm doing with my power. I'm not going to go throw eggs at the contestants. That'd be your answer, wouldn't it? I want to be a judge so I can throw eggs at everybody. Here he goes again. Stamps with his eggs, with his power.
Oh, the Queen's a judge on the X Factor. She keeps throwing eggs at everyone. I wouldn't want to do either. Like, I don't want to get on stage and sing. Even if I magically could sing, I don't want to do that. And it would be so boring to be a judge on the X Factor. Like the show's boring, and that's when it's all like they cut down it all. Imagine sitting there listening to people, even if the good singers have come up. Like I don't want to. I mean, if I had to pick, I'd pick the singer. Just because I could purposely do bad and it wouldn't last as long. I could go home afterwards.
Wow, just go home.
That's why I'd be the singer.
But your life could be changed if you sing well.
But I don't want to be I'm not a performer. I don't like performing. You know, like this kind of brings like a lot of people.
So why would you go on the X Factor in the first place?
I wouldn't, but if there was only two options, it wasn't, judge, singer, or neither. It was I had to pick one of the two. And so I picked the one that just would be quicker.
You've got to commit to the role, Stamps. You've got to commit to the role. You've got to imagine this has been your dream your whole life.
Well, even if I did try my very best, I don't think I'd make it to the next round anyway. So I'll be the singer. Right, next question. This is from Jeremy Vega, and they ask, when you were young, what is one situation you wish you could go back in time and change?
Meeting Stamps. Not doing it. Would never do it. Sorry, mate.
Oh, dear. I'm leaving a space for you to continue speaking, Squid.
No, that's it. I just won't meet Stamps. That's it. It's one thing I'd change.
Fine. Guess what my one's gonna be? Oh dear. I'd go back and change it, and I'd tell myself to slap Squid and then run away.
I don't know. One thing that I could go back and change. I'd probably just change my attitude on life and just worry.
That's a big one.
worry less.
I'd probably just change my entire attitude on life, I think.
I just worried less about like growing up and stuff and doing well in school and all that pressure because it's really unnecessary. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just tell myself chill out. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think that's always good. Like, I would just kind of like. I wish I could just let myself know what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, there's lots of very specific small things, but I'd like just to go back and say, right, like if you kind of carry on as you are, this is what's gonna happen. Just to make you aware and to prepare yourself. But maybe think of things in this way, or maybe react to these things, or maybe spend more time with this person rather than this person. There's lots of very specific things, but I'd much rather just I like to just take a screenshot of kind of where I end up being and say like this is where you're heading. You can veer a little bit left and right to alter it, but it's gonna be all right. Don't panic. It's fine. Like things work out fine.
You do a lot of worrying when you're young, and quite a lot of it is unnecessary. It's just kind of pressure you put on yourself, and yeah, it's not really needed most of the time. So yeah, for any young listeners out there, don't worry. Chill out. Everything's going to be fine. You'll do fine in life.
Relax. It's fine.
You'll be all right.
Anyway.
Don't worry about them exams.
Next question. This is from Alex Walton, and he asks, when it comes to it, would you both vote to stay in Europe or to leave Europe? Oh, okay. At first I thought it was saying about would we leave, as in would we travel? I think they're talking about whether we leave the European Union or not.
The EU, yeah. I don't really know. I want to stay in the EU, really. So,
okay, moving on.
It's a bit of a boring politics question.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that to answer that question properly, we have to get kind of too in depth, and then it's something that doesn't affect anyone. So we're going to kind of pass over that one. Thanks for your question though. Right, next question. This is from Glittercorn. I think I've missed one of the ones. It's a tweet and it says, and also, I can't find the first tweet. So let's just see whether this makes sense. And also, what has been the best thing that has happened to you both because you started YouTube?
Ooh. I'd probably just outright say just doing things that I love every single day. Knowing that you can wake up and do this for a living and have as much fun as we do and get all the kind sort of feedback every single day is just really it's like a sort of like a dream, because I think it's because for me as well, I know what it's like to go to a job that I don't really want to go to, and like I still to this day take for granted like waking up and doing things that I love to do. So I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, I think the great thing about it is just waking up and doing what I do every day, doing what I love to do every day. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think you need to talk too much. Like, I think I kind of mirror Squid's point. I mean, I'm trying to think of, can you think of, rather than kind of answering kind of that overall, like, what's a specific moment? Like, point to like a specific day or a specific thing that happened. Can you think of something like that? That's kind of what do you mean?
So, because you're kind of just talking in general, or it's good to be a YouTuber, but is there a moment, a specific moment that happened because of YouTube that is like your best moment?
I don't think I have a best moment, to be honest. I think the whole thing has been like one massive sort of, you know, just good, really good sort
Come on,
of
no, Squid,
experience.
Squid, stop speaking like a politician. Give me a moment that happened. Something good that happened, like Minecon, you know, like the panel at Minecon.
I was about to say that.
Don't steal my no. That's an example, Squid. You gotta that's off the list. Come up with a moment. What's something else that happened?
So I think it was the first proper convention that we went to. I think it was sort of like Insomnia. And it was when I was signing something, and it was like a kid. And I was just signing something. And then I looked up, and there was like a sea of people around me wanting me to sign their stuff. And it was just that moment of me looking down, signing one thing for one kid, and looking back up, and there'd been a lot of people there and thinking, okay then. It was that kind of, you know, because on YouTube we do this in our own seclusion, where we're away, we're at the comfort of our own home, and you don't really get that interaction like you do with a normal job. And so when you go to conventions, and you know you might have been working for 6 months before you've gone to a convention, so you've gained a lot more fans and a lot more people want to see you, and then you go to them, and then you're just surrounded by all these people, and then you can actually put the numbers into real life, because a lot of things that you look at on YouTube are just statistics. They're just numbers that you see like every other month, and it's like, yep, that's doing all right, yeah, that's doing fine. But when you actually go to convention, it's like, yeah, this is what this actually equates to. It's actually people that are behind the numbers. It's not just something on YouTube that gives you feedback every now and then. You know, it's not just a comment that's automated. It's actual people sitting there at home writing these messages, giving you good feedback, and yeah. So that's kind of my sort of thing.
It is a weird moment, the first time you enter a room and you see people that are really excited just because you're there. Like even when I've not done anything. Like when I enter I remember when I did the book signings. Because that was even more extreme than the events, because at the events people are there to see a bunch of YouTubers. The book signings, people were there to just see me, and it's just a bunch of people in a queue in a shop. And I walk in the room and they cheer, and you can see people jumping up and down. It's like, it's just because I'm here, you know, just because I show, you know, like, you know, just because they enjoy my videos and they're excited, and because that's just so unnatural to walk into a room full of strangers and to have them excited because you showed up is just a very unnatural and very, very bizarre, but like, you know, it's nice, you know, it does feel, you know, it feels good, you know, so it's that kind of moments like that always stand out in my head. And this is kind of a similar one. Speaking about kind of interactions with fans, this is from Stampy Trash 1. And they say, what is the weirdest, like the most strange moment you've had, like meeting a fan? Like, is there anything that is odd that's happened in meet and greets, or have you met a fan in an odd place, or any funny situations?
Well, I meet kind of fans in odd places. Like, I can remember in last week's podcast, I was
what
talking
odd places
about
have you been going to?
I met fans in that place called Beamish, which is a really old school town, and it's normally people that are old that like to go there and kind of have memories of what it was like for them growing up and stuff like that. But yeah, there was a lot of kids there, and it's like, they go to weird stuff too. But I think the weirdest thing for me was signing the amount of things that kids ask you to sign that are so weird. Like, people come up to you like, oh, sign my shoe, or like sign my water bottle, or sign some just like strange object, and you're like, okay then. Like, someone asked me to sign the forehead once. I'm like, well, don't you want me to sign anything else? Like, nope, just sign my forehead. I was like, okay, fair enough. Not gonna argue. What about you, Stamps?
Well, I'm always amazed that, so something that often happens if people kind of find out where, actually, here's a really good story. So I was in New York, and I don't know if I've told this before, so if I have, I'm going to tell it quickly. So I was in New York, and it was only my second time being there. So I just posted a picture just outside my hotel room of just the skyline. That you couldn't see anything about the room. It was just the skyline. And then when I went to leave the hotel, I was told that there was something left for me at the lobby. And what it was someone had seen that picture, kind of worked out kind of what building it was roughly from, or which area, called up the hotel and like found out my room by asking if I was staying there, and kind of left like a gift at the front and like a little message. And it was like a digital Polaroid camera, and that was relatively early on in YouTube as well. And so that was that was a weird moment. And also just when when people kind of know roughly where you are, the fact that people kind of just wait around for you. Like they're like, when we went to Disney World, I think it somehow got out that what hotel we were in or something, and every time we left the room, and like we never announced what time, we'd leave early in the morning or in the evening, whatever, every time we left, there was always a group of people just in the lobby who were just literally hanging around in case they would like run into us. They're literally just spending their days hanging out, and these are like, you might think, oh, that sounds weird or whatever, but like they were all really nice people, they were just, families there that were really big fans, who lived local to the place, and just thought they'd hang around there in case they met me, and so I got to spend a bit of time with them and had a chat with them and things as well. So those moments are, they're odd because they're the unexpected kind of that level of dedication, I guess. And so so those moments always stand out to me. Right, we got a. So this is a question from Twitter, from Olive. Okay, and the question is, do you like olives? And then there's also a reply from Silly Goosey 25 saying, I like olive. I will eat you, Olive. So do you like olives, Squid?
No.
No, I don't like them either. No. I don't like the food olives. Just to make this clear, Olive, I don't know you, but I don't like the food olives.
You might be a nice person. We just don't like olives.
Right, another question. This is from Ryan Clark, and he says, "Why am I asking this question?"
Because we asked you to on Facebook.
Exactly. Good answer. This is from Amelia, who asked, I think that's about 10 questions she asked. So I'm just going to go for the top one. Who is your biggest idol?
All the way through them.
Shall I go for them all?
All the way
Okay, so you got to answer all of them. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you might as well have done 10, Amelia. Right, nine quick questions. Okay, if you spend more than 3 seconds answering each one, then you fail, Squid. Okay.
Okay.
Who's your biggest idol?
Stamps.
Who would you want to be if you weren't yourself?
Astronaut.
What skill would you like to have without any practice?
Being able to go on roller coasters without feeling sick.
I love how you'll be an astronaut but won't go on a roller coaster. What do you like to do in your spare time except games and YouTube?
Play around in my cars and go really fast.
How old are you?
24.
What is your favourite skin in Minecraft except your ordinary one?
Bow and arrows.
What is your favourite movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
What is your favourite game except Minecraft?
Come
on, Squid, you're gonna fail.
I can't think of that one off the top of my head. I can't.
Out of all of them, I thought that'd be one you could get. What is your favourite YouTube? I think it's supposed to be YouTuber. Except yourselves and your friends.
Frankie on the PC.
Ah, okay. Well, I can't believe you failed what's your favorite game?
I like so many games the same though, so.
You can just pick one you like. I mean, no one's going to go, actually, I think you like this one a little bit more, technically.
I think you'll find you're wrong, Squid. What can I do to you then? You need to answer so. Why am I? Okay,
well, I know them all. That'll be easy for me. So what did you say for your favourite skin? Did you say bow and arrow?
Favourite skill?
I said skin, like Minecraft skin, the character skin.
You said skill.
You just said bow and arrow. I was like, I haven't seen that one.
Skill.
I wanted like a giant bow and arrow. You did pretty well. You did pretty well. They're quite difficult.
Thanks, mate.
Right. This is from Snowflake Lane. In brackets TAS, and they ask, what is your favourite zoo animal, i.e. favourite animal that isn't a dog or a cat? I think they've been listening to the podcast. I know we speak about cats and dogs too much.
My favourite animal, we went the other week, not the other week, yeah, it's about 2-3 weeks ago, we went to London Zoo and we saw the silverback gorilla.
Ooh.
They are
Did you make
amazing,
friends?
like you see them, and they're like, the forearms are like trees. They're so scary and they're so impressive in real life to kind of look at. But my favorite animal is probably got to be like a wolf, wolf or a lion, something like that.
Cool.
What about you, Stamps?
My favorite animals are giraffes. Not as I love how you're like a wolf. Or like a gorilla, and I'm like, I like a giraffe. And one of the reasons I like giraffes is when you see them running. they look like really clumsy.
Have you seen when they fight each other?
Oh, it's horrible. I have.
They like swing their heads like.
Yeah, they like bang their necks into it. Don't look it up. Don't look up videos. I know you're going to, but don't blame us because we told you don't look up giraffes fight. It looks horrible. The giraffes don't fight. They eat leaves. They're just silly. They got like a silly they look like. Someone said to a young child and said, make up an animal. And they're like, a huge neck. And then like yellow and brown spot. You know, they seem like a made up like alien animal. But, you know, they're just walking around with all the normal animals. They're stupid, like them and zebras. You know, they're just weird animals. And I like them because they're different. Anyway, so next question. This is from Lucia. And they ask, do you believe in star signs?
Do I believe in what, sorry?
Star signs.
Star signs? Like, that's like saying, do I believe in, like, giraffes? Like, it's just a name that it's just like a name that we've given to the stars to kind of...
No, I think they're talking about, you know, like reading the star signs to find out your future, or like, you're Cancer, so, you know, that means that you're going to have fortune because, you know,
No.
Yeah, just don't believe in any of that stuff.
Don't believe in it. Don't believe in it.
Yeah,
rubbish.
No, either do I. But like, it's kind of like you can look up. So there's a lot of cases where people will say they read something about the star signs and it said, oh, something good's going to happen to you tomorrow, and something did happen, and you know that makes them believe it.
It's just coincidence, though.
It's just the way our brains work and the way we take in information to why it's like when people say, oh, I was thinking of Bob, and then Bob just happened to call me. Isn't that strange? You know, it must be fate. And it's like, no, it's not, because think of every time you thought of someone and they didn't call you. You know, you only remember the times when the weird thing happened, and you blank out everything else out, so it seems strange. So, like, I mean, if you believe in it, like that, you know, that's fine. Like, if it makes you happy, but it's... Yeah, like, I don't know. If you look into it kind of, there's not much credibility there. All right, then. Next question. This is from Jones Carlo de Leon. And they asked, what is your favorite candy?
Ooh. I like really sour stuff. That's kind of my favorite candy. I don't like boring, plain, chewy sort of stuff. Well, it doesn't really matter if it's chewy or not.
Who's going to answer that? What type of candy do you like? I like the boring, plain kind.
Some people bite.
I like chewing gum that someone's already chewed for 20 minutes.
on the underside of a table in a school.
I like old Hubba Bubba.
That's lost its Hubba Bubberiness. Yeah, sour stuff for me. Sour sweets. I really like sour stuff.
Yeah, I like fizzy cola bottles are good. I like the string. You know, like the tubes, and they have like the bit on the outside and the bit on the inside. They're kind of like the licorice things, but I don't like the licorice ones, like the cherry ones and stuff. Like the tube.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, like the little snaky thing. I don't know what they're called. I like those a lot.
Coloured around the outside, and in the middle they're like white.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not really like green or red. So I like those a lot when I go to pick a mix. But I'm mainly a chocolate person rather than sweets. I love chocolate. I love the really, you know, like the white chocolate mice things that like people either love or hate, and I love them. You know, that kind of cheap, rubbishy chocolate. But it's like I really love that. So there.
Did you like your box that I sent you for your birthday?
Oh, it's good. So Squid for my birthday sent me like a huge box full of just like all different types of candy. It was destroyed. The box was left open on the counter. Every time I went for a cup of tea or walked past, that was bad. That was I was like hyper for a week just from that box.
They are dangerous. But it's your birthday stamp, so don't worry. You can treat yourself.
That's what I kept. For things that lasted like a week. It was a big box. Anyway, so next question. This is from Terribilis Gamer. Terribilis. I am reading that right.
Terrible.
Terribilis Gamer. It's quite cool name. They got a little logo as well. Very nice. A little T with a crown. Anyway, moving on. The question is, if you could choose to change your name and character skin to be known as someone else other than Squid or Stampy, what would it be?
We did actually touch on this yesterday, saying like about choosing your name correctly.
But we never came up with an alternative. So I'm going to force you now, Squid. I know you like to dance around the answers to these questions, but I want you to come up with a brand new character, a new look, and a new name.
Okay, so I will be a dolphin.
I ballistic octopus.
And then they'll call me Flippy Flatfoot.
Excuse me?
Flippy Flatfoot.
That's catchy. Okay.
So Flippy, flat, flut. Not foot, flut. Okay? Flippy flat flut. And then when I'm walking along, like the sound effects will be flippy flat floor, 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 flippy.
You're just going with a new name and stuff. Are you gonna? Is that all your videos would be? You walking around just singing that only?
Flippy flat floor, flippy flat floor, flippy flat floor, flippy flat floor, flippy flat floor. What about you?
So I wouldn't want to be an animal. I'd kind of want to create my own creature. I think I'd want to be like my own thing, like not like an alien or something, but like I think it would still be like a furry kind of mammal-like animal, but I'd create my own one. So you don't want to be an
animal, but you want to be an animal.
Like I think I'd be an animal, kind of slightly based on the real me a little bit more.
No, you can't have it. Come on, something different, Stamps.
Well, no, it'll be. So it's a mammal. It's a new. So it'll be like I can't like unless I draw a picture.
I want to be an animal, slightly based on me.
Okay, so I'd have brown fur. Okay, but I'd have really big round like green eyes. Okay,
no,
but then I'd have curly hair on my head.
Yeah.
But then a little cute mouth going like ooh, like that, like an ooh mouth, yeah. Okay. But then I'd have long arms and legs and big hands and feet and a long tail as well. Okay. And I would be called Trench.
Stampy.
I'd be called Trench. I'd be Trench.
Trench.
Hello.
Trench.
This is Trench, and welcome to
this
my
is Trenchy.
I'm put on this spot. I couldn't think of any trenches at all. I don't know. Actually, maybe
similar,
not trench.
Mate.
Maybe like Twiz. What about Twiz? What about Twizzy Pudding? I'd be called Twizzy Pudding. Oh, Twizzy Pudding. That's a good name. Twizzy Pudding.
Twizzy Pudding.
Yeah.
Was he looking around the room for inspiration again?
No, this is I'm coming up with this. So Twizzy Pudding, long arms and legs, long tail. Okay, curly hair at the top. Yeah, big eyes, big hands and feet. Twizzy Pudding, that's what I'd be.
Brilliant.
Like, it sounds weird, but if I was always called Twizzy Pudding and I said, I'd be called Stampy Cat, you know, everyone would be like, that's weird. You know, it's just not what you're not used to. Anyway, we spent way too long on this question. New question, this is from Barkey, and they say, have either of you ever thought about becoming unicorns?
Yeah, thought about it. Tried it a couple of times. Doesn't really work the same. Obviously, everyone knows because unicorn, you have to put an ice cream cone on your head. Kind of messy. You kind of get a smelly, cheesy dairy forehead after a couple days. And it often slides down your face and goes in your eyes. So, I mean, being a unicorn isn't all that, but it's being cracked up to be. So, Yeah, I thought about it. It just doesn't happen. I'm thinking about getting surgery, though, to make it more permanent, but we'll see how that goes. Stamps?
It's something I hadn't thought about, but now you've brought it up. Maybe it's something I'll look into a little bit more. All right, then.
Yeah.
New question. So this is from Jennifer, and she asked, do you have any idea how long you're going to do YouTube for? As in, how long you're going to do it for?
What do you mean? Well, we've been doing it for about 3 or 4 years now. Stamps is doing it for longer. But yeah, there's no kind of end point. Like, we're not, especially for me, there's not an end point in sight. I'm just gonna do it until I feel like I've done sort of everything, or I've moved on to a different aspect. There's probably gonna be a point, down the line where I might slow down. I might only do a couple of videos a week. But I'll still do it just because I love it, kind of thing. Like, I always love creating. So yeah, it might be that it never really stops. It might be that it just kind of slows down, and I might only upload like once a week or whatever, just because I'm on other projects, or I'm doing other stuff in life or whatever. But yeah, at the moment there's no really foreseeable stopping point, because yeah, I enjoy it too much. So that's my answer.
It's just very hard because it's just impossible to know what the future's going to be, so it's hard to plan. But like, I think we can just safely say, like, neither of us have any plans to stop anytime soon. So yeah, don't worry about that. We're not going anywhere. You're stuck with us. Sorry. Right, next question. This is from Twitter. This is from Ella Guesti, and she asks, have you ever embarrassed yourself really badly in front of a lot of people?
Nothing out of the usual. Like, I do it quite a lot anyway, but that's because I don't know, I kind of want to, because it's funny. But no, I don't know, not really. I like being a clown, so it's just kind of normal. So no.
I'm trying to think back to like anything we did on stage, or anything embarrassing one of us did or said, like at a panel or something. And I don't think
I've ever done anything like said anything stupid or silly. There was an embarrassing moment at Minecon, but it wasn't anything to do with us. So we kind of did a Q&A on stage, and we was asking around the audience, and one of the people that we picked was actually dressed as a chicken. Now, the only access point to this chicken's mouth was via the underbelly of the chicken. So the woman that was doing it, she had to go underneath the person's costume and literally shove her hand all the way up through somebody's stomach to the mouth, so they basically get the microphone in the mouth, and it just looked really, really awkward. And there's a moment, I think it's on YouTube actually, the whole sort of moment. So that wasn't kind of embarrassing for us. That was just kind of funny. I'm pretty sure it was embarrassing for them, but
I think it was just funny for everyone. Like, there's people can like watch it back, and there's all like the old cringy Minecon moments. It's like, whatever, grow up, like, they put like that clip in there. It's like, it's just funny, like it's just someone in a funny costume trying to ask a question. It kind of reminds me of, there was a time when we went to it was the first time we went to an event, and kind of no one really knew who we were, and we were just vlogging and going around chatting to people. And there was these people, and they had like Minecraft guys. Heads on, like kind of like Steve heads, but there's ones there. There was
a creeper, there was a Steve, and there was an Enderman, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I was chatting to the Enderman, and I kind of said, like, I asked him a question, and then he like went to reply, and all I heard was, just mumbling, and then I just go, sorry, it's really hard to hear. There's just a box on your head. But like, I just can't understand you. Then I cut it there. So we carried on chatting to them, of course. But like, I kind of, in the vlog, just cut it there. And it kind of reminds me of that, like people in crazy costumes trying to chat. But I will say,
a box on your head, mate.
In terms of embarrassing moments, don't give anything away, Squid. I won't either. But at Minecon this year, there is something embarrassing that we're going to be doing on stage, which we're planning at the moment. We haven't done anything too embarrassing yet, but it's coming. Doesn't mean we're never gonna do it. All right,
fly halfway around the world to embarrass ourselves. Let's do it.
This is a question particularly from you. It's from Athena, and they asked.
Oh, for me.
For you. How was Squid's school life like?
Not too bad. Didn't go too bad. Wasn't too shabby. I was kind of, for high school, I was kind of like in and out all the time. I kind of missed quite a lot of the high school, but yeah, it didn't really affect me that much. So yeah, my high school was pretty down to earth. Then went to college. That was fun. That was the most fun I've ever had. Because some colleges, they kind of speak to you like you're still in high school. Like I know Nicole, I was speaking to Nicole about this. Her college was on the part of her high school already, so it was kind of like the same sort of teachers, and you still had to call them sort of like, you know, sir, miss, and all that stuff. And they used to be kind of strict and you know, be kind of like they are in high school. But in college, my relationship with the teachers was very sort of friendly. Like we used to, after the class, we was like, right, do you want to go around town or whatever? And we used to, literally all the class used to go around town with the teacher, and we used to go and get some food together. And it used to be a really cool experience for me because I got on with quite a lot of my teachers, like, you know, in class and out of class. So I think college was definitely my favourite sort of experience out of my whole school life, I'd say.
Cool. Good.
What about you?
Yeah, it's fine. Right, so this question is on Twitter, and this is from Crazy Kitty Cat. And they ask, what was the first game you ever played and when? And then they added in brackets, like, first game we uploaded to YouTube. So what was the first game you ever played and uploaded to YouTube?
For me, it was Skyrim. I think it's still on there, actually. Yeah, it is. I don't think I've taken it down either. It was the first time that I ever got my capture card, my little HD PVR, and I was messing around with the settings, and I wanted to upload something because I was super excited because obviously I've never had it before, never done anything like this before. So yeah, I just uploaded a clip of me messing around on Skyrim with my dragon eating a guard. And it's still on there if you want to go look at it. It's like my #1 video. I haven't taken it down or anything. I've still kept it there. And it's funny because people have gone back and commented and put 0.00 a legend was born, and I was like,
I think they're talking about the gameplay, you know, in Skyrim. I don't think they're talking about you. I think like I don't know what mine. I think the first proper one, like proper commentary, was a Call of Duty game. Probably, I think it was probably Modern Warfare 2. I think maybe. Like that. I think there was some clips I'd put up of games before that. But I think that was the first time I did like a proper commentary. So that was my, that was on my old channel. That was on my Stampy Long Nose channel, not my Stampy Long Head one. I don't know what the first thing was on Stampy Long. I think my first gameplay video on Stampy Longhead was, I think it was either Deus Ex or it was a game called Journey. I think it was one of them. There's quite a few. Or maybe Ico. I don't know. Who knows? Do some research. Go click. Actually, I'll do it right now. Here we go. Let's go. So I think for the Stampy Long Nose channel, it was. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna have to. Okay, right. While you're talking in a minute, I'm gonna have to go through because I think they're all private. I'm gonna have to go and scroll through all of my video managers.
Why have you privated them?
Because if they're not kid friendly, then I private them because people are gonna go back and watch them. Some of them. I don't know if they are, but there's a lot of ones that like.
Mine was like no commentary. It was just the clip of the thing that I was testing.
Right, so you can answer this next question. Even though I'm not sure if you're qualified to answer this question, I might need to jump in and help you out for this one. So this question is, this is from Nathan from New Zealand, and they asked, how do you make a perfect cup of tea?
Wow, Stamps. Well, actually, mate, you'd be pleased to know that about a couple of months ago now, I've actually moved back onto tea bags.
Yeah, you've joined the proper high-class society. Thank you.
Yeah, my taste has changed because the tea that I used to drink is very strong and it's very sharp. And I just went off it because I used to drink tea leaves. And yeah, they were very sharp and very like kind of bittery taste. I kind of went off of it. So yeah, perfect way to make tea is what I do anyways. You get the tea bag out, pop it in, and then if you want any sugar or anything like that, you can do this one of two ways. You can pop it in before. I do it before I put the water in. Some people pop it in after, but I pop it in before. So pop your sugar in that you want. Pour the hot water in, the boiling water in. Give it a stir. Leave it to brew for 1 to 2 minutes. Then take the tea bag out and then pour your milk in. And then that's done. Lovely tea for you.
So there's actually a video on this channel. If you search, I think it's called like Stampy and Squid Tea Off, where we kind of send videos to each other where we
It's not golf. It's actual. So it's not. Did you get that then, mate?
I did. It took me a little while, but I got it. What? Yeah. So we kind of showed. And so those videos, I don't think we ever said it. Like those were never meant to be uploaded to YouTube. We were literally just sending them to each other just to argue about it, and to like.
Well, that's what the Mac's about, though, really, isn't it? It's just like us, our pointless sort of. Things that we do.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the Mac.
So that wasn't a plan to be a video, but we decided, we'll upload it. So yeah, if you want to see my method, you can see it in there. All right, our next question. This one's from Twitter again. This is from Linny the Panda, and they said, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
Oh, I think we said this as well, didn't we? I think we mentioned this. Ooh. Okay, mine would probably just be to fly, I guess. I think that'd be cool. That'd be a cool little superpower.
It'd be. I think it would be dangerous.
Why?
Because like because you're just still you. What if you hit something?
Then you splatter everywhere. Like, what are you gonna hit when you're in the air?
A building, a bird, a tree.
No, you fly
an
high.
Electricity pylon.
30,000 feet, Stamps.
But what if you
what
if you passed out from flying up far, and you just fell? It's dangerous.
Nah, wouldn't happen. I've got a superpower.
You can't even fly in a plane because you're too scared. You would have. Why? Look, okay. When you had a choice of a different career option, you said you'd want to be a helicopter pilot. Okay, you could. When I said you could change to be anyone, you wanted to be an astronaut. When I said you wanted a superpower, you said you wanted to fly. Yet you hate going in a plane. Why does everything you pick have to do with flying?
No, I don't. I hate not being in control. That's what I hate. I don't mind the flying part. I love taking off. I love coming down. I just hate the boring bit in between when I can't see anything. It's like when you're a passenger in a car. I hate being a passenger in a car. I like being driving. I love driving. I hate not having the control of steering and driving and being just there. That's what I hate.
So okay, fair enough. I think there's only one answer to that superpower question, and that's like the power to manipulate time. To like rewind and pause time. I think that's got to be. That's the ultimate, isn't it? Like that's the real power.
But does it pause everyone else's time?
Yeah, you just freeze time.
If you click it, right? Say there's someone about to get hit by a car. Do you click it?
What do you mean? Do I click it? Are you thinking of Bernard's watch?
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Bernard's? Literally, if someone comments and remembers Bernard's watch, then
Bernard's watch was amazing.
You're amazing. Look it up. I'm assuming I can just manipulate time. I don't need to click it. I can freeze time. I can freeze everyone else. I can go back in time. I can go in the future. Like I can just control time.
Do you think you'd save too many people and the population get kind of overcrowded?
Save people? I think you're putting too high of a moral status on what I would do with superpowers. Then,
so what are you gonna do then? Oh no, my buns have
I'd
burned
throw
in the
eggs
oven.
at Goose.
No
one would catch me. I'd get loads of eggs, and I'd go to the park, and I'd throw them all in at the swan, but freeze it. Then unfreeze time. Then it'll all hit the swan at the same time. The swan would be like, what happened? You would have no idea.
Wow, great superpower, mate.
I'm joking. I wouldn't do that to a swan. Right, next question. Let's go to Facebook. So this is from, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, but you're going to know who I'm talking about. It's Andre. I think it's like Andrei. I think that's Andre. And they ask, what country do you want to visit?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because I've been watching. Have you ever watched An Idiot Abroad?
Yeah, with Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, I've been watching them, and quite a lot of the countries are very, that he's been to, are very, they're very dirty and very, like, I don't know, they don't really seem safe. So there's a lot of countries that I saw, and then I was like, oh, it's kind of made me think twice about visiting. And I'm sure they didn't probably put the countries in the best light of places to visit, but yeah. I'm not sure. Probably, I wouldn't really want to go on like a desert island or something like that. I don't even care where it is in the world. I just wouldn't mind just being secluded on an island for a couple of days and just chill out and see what it's all about.
I want to go to Japan. Is kind of Like, I like to go to places that seem very different, and there's just a very different culture over there, and I've never been to Asia, so I think going somewhere east, I think, would be interesting. I think Japan probably interests me the most. So, yeah, I think that's where I'd go. Also, while we've been chatting, I've been non-stop kind of scrolling through my old videos. So on the Stampy Longhead channel, there's 2,238 videos. I had to go to page 75 of videos, clicking through them. And so the first public gameplay video I uploaded, because there was a few other unlisted ones I was obviously just sending to people, was Deus Ex Human Revolution. And then part number 1 has 73 views. Part number 2 has 18 views, so I lost a few. And yeah, I uploaded that on October the 11th, 2011. And so remember, this is my second channel, so I'd already been doing YouTube for a while. I'm just going to look at the comments. There's one comment from HC25098 that says, hey. And then another one says that I've convinced them to get the game. They're the two comments I got. Oh, it's got 20 likes and 10 dislikes.
Oh, wow. That ratio.
Like back then. Because I think a lot of people forget, like, my first Lovely World videos, like, I averaged, like, 30, 40 views per video for like a long time. Like there's a good, like, it wasn't instant. There was you know, you look back at those videos now and they've got a lot of views, you know, since. But you know, when I was uploading them, I was talking to a room full of people. So it's kind of weird. Like if I told myself back then how many people were going to watch, you know, I know that I would have just been terrified.
Yeah. It's kind of natural now though. But it doesn't even still feel like that. Like I still don't like think about that when I'm recording. I just kind of just do my own thing. Like, yeah, it doesn't really cross my mind that so many people are gonna watch it. So
I think the only thing it does is add some pressure to make videos better, which I don't think that's a bad thing. you know, the want to make videos better. All right then. So on Twitter, Carl asked, would you rather eat mayonnaise or ketchup by itself?
Ketchup.
Yeah, I think it'd be ketchup. I don't think it would be nice, but I think that's kind of the worst of the two. Here's a good question. This is from I'm going to pronounce your name wrong. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name because I know I'm going to get it wrong. So it's Raihn. Is that rain? I think it's just rain, isn't it?
Say again.
Raihn. I think that's rain.
Yeah, rain.
Okay, and so their question is, it's a good one. If there's a squid nugget apocalypse, what would you do?
Right. Does that entail just me like going mental or something?
No, I kind of imagine it raining squids from the sky, or like zombie squids or so. That's kind of what I was imagining. Like not just you, but like an army of squid nuggets.
I'd go outside. I'd get my vlogging camera and I'd probably be the leader of them all, to be honest with you. So we'd probably go and, you know, cause some hassle. Do they all look like me as well?
I kind of imagine, like, I don't imagine like the real you. I imagine squids.
Yeah,
like squids.
Squids.
Yeah, I imagine a bunch of evil squid. Yeah, taking over the world. So I think the right thing to do in that situation to survive is quite obvious.
Yeah, bow down to squid.
Bow down to the squiddy overlords, surrender yourself, and seek pity. No, I think just stay away from the water. Like, if a squid tries to attack you at the house, it's just going to dry up. You know, just don't go fishing that weekend.
Some of them can go on land, though. Have you seen some of them?
Yeah, I know, but not like
really
properly.
Weird.
Not like...
Yeah.
No, not like proper, like in, not like in. You know, they might be able to go on the land next to the water, but then, you know, they're not going to travel down, you know, the motorway.
No, I've not seen them in Tesco's.
What, for like, with breadcrumbs on them, like in a packet?
Buying the bag for life. Going down, getting their...
Oh, maybe if you eat squid and then you become possessed by
that's how they get
the
to
squid
you,
nugget
see?
lord.
They're, they through the food, through sushi. That's how they, you know, getting the numbers out there, Stamps. Gotta be careful.
I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you. Here's a good question, and they know it as well, because this is from CS66, and they say, here's a decent question. What do you think your channels would be like if Squid and you never met? I'm curious what you think. So what would your channel be like if you didn't meet Squid?
It's kind of weird because it makes you wonder, like, where kind of would we be now in terms of, like, you know, YouTube sort of, you know, subscribers and sort of like the status and whereabouts we are in our sort of YouTube. Like, where would we? What do you think we would be? Like, where?
Like, I think we should talk about like what do you think your videos would be like if we never met? Do you think they'd be very different?
I think they'd be a bit different, just especially with the Minecraft stuff, I guess. Because obviously when I started, I obviously did quite a lot of Minecraft with you, and it was through kind of your series that we did sort of different things, especially on the Xbox side of things, and I'm pretty sure it's similar with you because obviously I pushed you to do quite a lot of PC things. So I think they would be quite a bit different. It's just really hard to kind of imagine. This is why we need your watch, Stamps. We need to go back in time.
I don't have a watch. I'm a superhero. I don't need no watch to change time. So I think the big thing that probably would have happened is if we didn't meet and do videos together, we would have probably met a different YouTuber and done videos with them instead. And so I think that kind of video things like Lovely World, which I did, you know, before I met Squid, and some of my other series, I think they wouldn't be changed too much. But I think the chances are I would have been doing videos with someone else, and that might have shaped me in a different way. I think probably some of our style that we have and like the way we speak and some of our humor has kind of rubbed off on each other, and kind of, you know, we've kind of got into a rhythm of the way we record by recording so much with each other. And I think that would be different, obviously, if we were doing videos with someone else, but without knowing who else we would have done videos with, because there's no way of knowing because we can't go back in time. Like, it's hard to know in what way would we be different, but I think we would definitely be different in some way. Yeah,
there we go. So you know it would be different, we just can't really tell you how.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's hard. You know, we can speculate, but it's impossible to know. All right then, this is by Mia Olsen. It's a question from Facebook, and she asks, why did you start YouTube, and why did you start making videos about Minecraft? And Squid, were you always PG? So I know it's a lot there. Let's break it down. So we've already said a lot why we started YouTube and why we did videos. So let's talk about PG then. So Squid, were you always PG? We kind of touched on it a little bit earlier.
I mean, when I started, no, I wasn't. But then obviously you got to kind of, the reason why we kind of turned from not PG to PG is just to kind of fit the game that you're playing. Like, you know, if you're a children's entertainer, then you don't go around swearing. You have to kind of fit your attitude to the medium that you're kind of doing. So, you know, if we were a channel that maybe did like an older game, then, you know, we'd probably not be PG. But since we kind of started on the Minecraft game, you know, it's just very simple to why we are kind of PG. Otherwise, it just wouldn't have worked. Like, because it's a kid's game, you can't go around swearing if kids are going to be watching. Which from the start, when we started uploading, because me and Stamps were kind of the same, once you actually get like an audience, you kind of realize that the majority of your audience, you know, are kids. So you kind of think, oh, well, you know, wait a minute, if this is the target audience, it's just in our best sort of, you know, rights to kind of do it. So, yeah, that's kind of, so the basic kind of answer is yes. We weren't PG at the start, but since we started playing Minecraft, it kind of shaped us, and then yeah, we kind of turned from not PG to being PG. So
yeah, like I did a Let's Talk on kind of why I'm a family-friendly YouTuber and like kind of what I consider a family-friendly YouTuber to be, and in that I kind of go really in depth. So I think rather than kind of saying the same thing that Squid just said, if you kind of want to hear my opinions, I've kind of done a whole Let's Talk on it on the Stampy Longnose channel, so maybe check that out if you kind of want to hear a bit more about it. Oh yeah, let's move on. So this is from iBallistic Dubs, and they asked, what is the best prank you have ever pulled on anyone?
Ooh. I mean, I've got my brother quite good before. I think it was quite early in the morning. You know when you just wake up, you kind of like a bit, you know, if someone wakes you up kind of, you know, not naturally, then you kind of like, oh, you know, where am I? It takes you a minute to kind of come around, and yeah, I basically woke Tom up really, really abruptly and basically screamed in his ear that the house is burning down. And I just legged it downstairs, and he got up and legged it, and he didn't know what was going on. It was so funny. That was really good. That was a good little prank.
I always making people jump is just so entertaining. I don't know, there's something about it. I don't know why. I spend a lot of my time on YouTube watching compilations of people getting made jump. There's just, I don't know, for some reason. I think I even find it funnier than most people for some reason. I don't know why. Just someone being startled is just hilarious to me.
Do you do much like scaring around the house, Stamps?
I think I'm quite mischievous. I think I like doing jokes on people. Like, I do them a lot. So this one sprang to mind just because it was a really recent one. It just made me laugh. It's just a stupid one where, well, it was, so I got a Bluetooth speaker, and Squishy had borrowed it just to listen to it when she was in the shower, so it was in the bathroom. And so I just so she just had it in her room. Then I went to go and like start playing something. I was like, oh no, it's in her room. And then we also had people round at the time as well. And so what I did is I just turned it to full volume using my phone and just searched up farting noises. There's like 30 minutes of farting noises on YouTube, and pressed play. And so like the whole house, all they could hear coming out of the bathroom was these farting noises. But then she couldn't find the speaker, so she's then shouting at me, going, "Stampy, what is that?" And then you just hear these farting noises, and that I was on the floor, like curled up in tears, laughing. And every time the phone, because they're really realistic sounding ones, it kind of threw the door. It was that tickled me. So that's not the best prank I've done, I'm sure, but that's kind of that was the first one that sprang to mind when being put on the spot. Right then, next question, and this is from Alelia. Aleia. Sorry, I shouldn't have volunteered to be reading the questions. Aleia. I think it's Aleia. Anyway, this is from Aleia, and they said, if you could add and remove anything from any game at all, which game would it be? And what would you remove or add, and why? Okay, I know that sounded quite... So let's just say Minecraft for now, shall we? And okay. So you got to add something and remove something.
Okay, I'd add... Oh, this is a tough one. I don't really know. What would I add? Because, like, the thing is, it's not just a set game. Like, there's mods and everything. So, you know, some of the things that I would add, it's already kind of been added. And then you can kind of remove things freely if you don't want something in the game. So it's highly sort of... it's not just a set game in itself where you have no sort of powers to kind of add and remove things. It's
let's talk about the console version then.
Okay. What would I add from the console?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I've got no idea, mate, to be honest. I'm just stalling.
So the thing that I always say in terms of like an item, I always say I'd love ice cream, but whatever. I mean, that's kind of a silly one, but I think that would be fun. But like as an actual proper feature, the ability to share worlds, like a file sharing system similar to Halo, if anyone's played that, where I can upload a world and then anyone can kind of just search for my gamer tag and then download it. Just an easy way to share adventure maps and things, and just a way to be able to share maps without having to like put the map on a memory stick and download some dodgy program, like rather than these kind of hacky, cheaty ways to share maps, just a way in-game so anyone can easily share maps. Like that's the huge thing that I'd love to be added to the game. And in terms of removed, this might sound weird, but like a lot of the new types of stone, like all of like the dorite and just like all of those stuff, I don't like them. I think that there's I think that they're kind of adding in too many different types of wood and stone and stuff, and I think that the more they add, the less you're forced to be creative. And when I'm mining, I hate kind of having all of these different types of stones and stuff. I don't think that they were necessarily needed. I think obviously you can make cooler looking things with them, but I kind of preferred the game without them, to be honest. So that might be a bit of a weird one, but that's what I'd remove.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you said something file, obviously the world sharing and stuff like that. One of the things that I'd like to see is some servers on the some dedicated servers actually on the console version. So maybe an ability to share a Hunger Games map, and it has the set plugins where you can all join that kind of world, and you can all play Hunger Games, and it's all kind of done automatic in like when there's enough players, it'll start in like a minute or whatever like that, and the chests, every time that the Hunger Games is finished, the chests will reset and everything just goes back to normal. You can play as many times as you want, you can upload as many maps as you want, and just that kind of thing would be nice, because as Stamp said, there's not many ways to do it apart from inviting your friends to the world and they lag out, and it's on one person's connection, and it's quite straining on that one person's connection. And it'd just be nice to have some dedicated servers to kind of host these sort of awesome little games, on the console, because the PC's kind of nailed it now, and I kind of feel like with all these updates, why can't the Xbox have something like that?
Yeah, and I think especially now, looking at the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions, where the game is running off servers, but they're kind of private servers. They're not open for anyone to join. It seems like it's kind of close to being like that. As I think comes some sort of version similar to Realms on PC or something.
That'd be perfect.
I mean, I think that there's a good chance that might happen. Like, I think it makes so much sense. So unless there's some technical reason that we just simply don't understand with our puny little minds of why it just simply couldn't work, I think that's got to be something that that Microsoft and 4J Studios are thinking of. I'm sure the only worry is if they do, Microsoft are really heavily pushing this Windows 10 version. And so the only worry is if they're kind of going to really focus on that and try and get a version of that on consoles or something. That's the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. So we've got another question. This is from Sarah, and she asked, this is to both of us, how long did it take for your YouTube videos to finally be noticed? A lot more than when you started. And then she added to get like thousands of views. So when did you start getting an audience, Squid?
Probably about a year. Took me about a year, I'd say, to try and get a decent enough audience. And that wasn't even to like quit my job. That was just like a good amount of people watching, like a couple of thousand. Yeah, probably about a year for me.
You're quite lucky, aren't you? Like I made my channel in 2006. And, when I started my channel, I wasn't uploading daily or anything. I'd upload maybe like a video a month or something. But I made videos for a very long time. Like, they're all private now. I don't know, I might start setting some public again soon. Just some interesting old Stampy videos. They're all animations or just short films I made with my friends or kind of school projects and things. So I did them for a long time. So, like, I was a YouTuber, I guess, kind of as much as anyone was a YouTuber at that point. But I think it was really when I started doing gaming videos and uploading daily. So I did that for probably about 2.5 years. I did that before doing Minecraft videos, and I never built an audience. I would, I had a very small audience, but my videos wouldn't get more than 100 views, and I did that for a couple years. And then when I started doing Minecraft videos, it probably took me about 6 months until I was regularly getting more than 1,000 views, I would say, maybe even slightly less than that. And so so that's kind of my story. So don't give up, and don't get stuck in a rut. If something's not working and you're not enjoying doing it, don't keep doing it, because you think eventually people are going to try new things and experiment and have fun. It's kind of the advice I would give. This is quite a good one. I also like the person who suggested this. This is from #1 Stampy Cat fan. So thank you. And they asked, so one day you wake up and you find that Minecraft was banned forever. What would you do? Apart from riot in the streets.
Play. I don't know. Like, I'd probably just go and play something else. Something else would come along. There's a lot of Minecraft sort of badly done, sort of games out there. And I'm sure something would take its place very, very, very soon, because the market is so big for Minecraft. So, I don't think you need to worry. I think it'd just come along. Like again, like Minecraft probably won't last forever, and there'll be some other thing that will come out and probably replace it. It might not be for a while, but it probably will happen.
But tell you what, I'm going to change it. I'm changing their question. I liked your question, but I'm changing it. Video games have been banned forever and will never come back. What are you going to do, Squid?
Like every video game?
Video games have been banned forever. That's the situation we're in now, Squid. What are we going to do?
We will
take up tennis.
we will open up our own little show stamps, and basically do in real life video games.
Like puppets.
We will basically do what we do now, but in real life. So building time, we might have a set. We might be in like a factory. We'll have 2 halves, and we'll have a load of cardboard boxes painted in different colours. And then we'll have a topic that comes on, and then we'll film it, 15 minutes. We have to run back and forth, placing blocks on top of each other, and we've got to create different stuff. Easy, done. Building time, done. Be pretty good. Live action building time, nailed it. Other series, Lovely World. For Lovely World, you could do like an over-the-head, like bird's eye view of your world in sort of like them train sets you get, where they're like really detailed, but they're sort of like, like models type of thing. You could do that and have like puppets from above, like really small puppets. So you could do that. I'm pretty sure we'd think of other ways to do stuff, Stamps.
So I think thinking a little bit more practically, like in terms of what I would actually do. Like I think I would never consider quitting YouTube. I think for a lot of YouTubers, even gaming YouTubers, the game is kind of secondary. So I'd hope that we'd continue the podcast, or keep doing vlogs.
Would you do
I'd
makeup?
hope to do more animations, hair and makeup tutorials. All of the things that I do in my spare time. So I think it would be quite, like, I would hate it, obviously. Like, video games are such a huge part of my life, but in a way, it would be quite refreshing to be kind of forced to kind of go kind of out of your comfort zone and do something new. And so, I think I'd be more upset about fact like that I'm losing video games in my spare time, as my hobby. I think would kind of be a bit worrying. This is another question from Twitter, and this is from Cupcakes for Days 05, and they asked, when will they say when will you, but I'm gonna change it a little bit. I'm gonna say, will you ever release a copy of your world? And so I guess we just take that as a kind of the worlds that we use in our video series. Like, would you ever, like, when the series is done or during the series, release it?
Yeah, why not? I don't have a problem with it, to be honest. Like none of my series lasts as long as your Stamps. I'm sure it's a lot more personal to you than it would be to me for something like, like Time Travelers or something like that. So yeah, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. Like, to be honest, why not? I mean, a lot of people ask me, actually, they're like, Squid, what mod pack do you use for Time Travelers? It's like, it's not a mod pack. It's a series that I made up. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you, really, because if you've put years and years and years and years into a world, and it's kind of something that you've worked towards, and that it's kind of your sort of little trophy, then I could completely understand if you didn't want to put it up for people to kind of mess around and pour lava on, because it doesn't deserve that. It deserves a nice little place in your heart, Stamps. So I'm guessing that's what I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess Stampy says no, he doesn't want to put his Lovely World up for download.
Yeah, so obviously, if I wanted to put it up for download, I would have done it already. And the reason I don't want to do it is one of the reasons is I like the idea of that my Lovely World could hopefully inspire people to either try and, so say if I build a mini game, I like the idea of people trying to either build it themselves or kind of taking the mechanic and building something themselves. And like every time I build something new, I'm always trying to kind of essentially teach something new. Like, so I have a new style, or I'll build something and there'll be some sort of mechanic or some sort of twist, and then I hope that people watch it, they learn the thing that I did, and then they can do it themselves. But then if they can just download my world, then they kind of don't need to, because they have everything. And then the other reason is because, like, my Lovely World is essentially my set. It's my set for making my videos. And so I kind of like to I don't know. I kind of like to kind of keep it as, you know, this is the place where I make my videos. Obviously, you know, I'm playing in it as well when I'm not recording, but, you know, I kind of like it to keep it like that, and I think that some of that would be ruined. There's also, like, a lot of YouTubers that they kind of do, like, role plays, like, as if they're Stampy or, like, Stampy and Squid and stuff. Like, Stampy, you know, gets murdered, or Stampy goes to prison. Like, a lot of these... You know, so basically a lot of YouTubers kind of do role plays and pretend I'm in it. Even if they say, like, it's not actually me, they don't mention in the video, and they just have, like, my character skin, and a bunch of them have been doing that in, like, fake Lovely World videos. And I know if I released it, people would be making, like, Stampy's Lovely World Hunger Games maps and hide and seek. And it's just, I just hate that stuff so much. And so it's kind of, in a way, it would be lovely to release it, you know, so the fans of the series can, you know, go around and explore it, you know, for themselves and see, oh, I've never actually, you know, known what's behind this door. Like, I love the idea of that, but sadly, I just know it would be ruined by, you know, kind of a lot of the you know, other YouTubers. And yeah, so I feel like when it's done, when I end Lovely World, which isn't happening soon, don't panic, but when eventually someday it ends, I think I probably will release it then. I kind of always say, when everyone asks me, I say, oh, I'll release it when it's done, like when I've finished it. Like, I've not finished building it yet. Like, I really, because, which is obviously funny because, you know, I'm, you know, like, it ultimately could never end, you know, so I kind of just like say, yeah, well, once I've finished building it, I'll release it. So that's kind of what I say with that. But it's really, like, it's something that I've spent a lot of time thinking about. And so what I have done is I've released the like, my Lovely World, just the world, before I built anything, because I know that a lot of people do try and rebuild. There's like a whole sub community of people that are literally trying to block by block rebuild my world. That's and if crazy. You are trying to do that, there's a YouTuber called David Shepherd who's doing a guide who shows how to build literally every block of the train, every torch. He's shown you how to rebuild it, and he's built my entire house, like the theater. He's built my entire town, and he's now just starting on the Funland. And so if you do want to do that, that's where to go. And so I've released, because the seed doesn't work anymore, I've released kind of the empty version of my world. But then, you know, I want people to play Minecraft being creative and building rather than kind of just running around in it. And so yeah, that's kind of a very drawn out, long-winded reason of why I haven't released the world. I'm not just doing it to be mean.
Cool, nice.
Right.
Stuff.
Okay, next question then. So I like this one. This is from Macy Reed, and she asked, if you could build in real life like you can in Minecraft, what would you build and why?
Dirt house.
A dirt house.
Imagine that, though. Imagine that, like, just walking into an empty field and go, you know what? I'd love to live here, and then just start building. That would be amazing. Be so good.
But why a dirt house?
No, not a dirt house. I was joking. I mean, yeah, I'd definitely try and build, like, my dream house. You build it as big as you want. The rooms as big as you want. You could have everybody staying over. You could have swimming pools. You could have anything you've ever dreamed of. And then if you didn't like it, you just tear it down. It just takes you half an hour. Just you know, knock that wall down there. It's fine. Just be a lot more convenient than getting the builders around and waiting months on months just to do anything. So yeah, if anyone wants to invent that, please do. That'd be good. Superpower, that's what you want, Stamps. A superpower to build like you can in Minecraft. There we go.
I've just seen, sorry, okay, I'll answer Mike. I don't know, I was distracted because I was reading questions and I read one that really made me laugh. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't listen to what you said, but everyone else did, mate. And that's what matters. But I saw it, there's a comment from my mum on the Facebook page. She must have seen it. And she's asked, because I used to kind of, before YouTube, I used to ask would you rather questions all the time, and I'd just make them up. And so basically every meal time, like as a family, I would just every now and then just pop up with these ridiculous would you rather questions, and it was kind of a running joke. And then suddenly would you rather questions became really popular, and there was a game of it all of a sudden. So yeah, so she's asked a question which is one that I always ask, and I think I might have even asked this to you on our old podcast. But the question is, if you had to live inside of a food for the rest of your life, which food would it be?
Oh yeah, I think you did.
It just made me laugh
something to do with
that.
James and the Giant Peach. I think that was the answer I said before. Live inside of a food. Oh, what food would it be? Probably like an avocado.
You got to give me more than that, Squid. You can't just make a statement like that and not back it up.
Because don't avocados have like, obviously they have like a stone in the middle, don't they? So you could take the stone out and then you could fit nicely where the stone was. I mean, all the other fruits are just gonna get
up like it.
Yeah,
like
all
a
the
little
fruits
ball.
are gonna get smushed inside. So that'd be a good fruit to kind of relax in, and you could just chill in the little hole thing.
I always just say like a loaf of bread or like freshly baked bread, because you can eat it and it's soft inside, but you can also like shape it, so you can kind of build furniture out of it. You can make a little dough bread,
okay.
A little dough bed. Sorry, you can lie in and things. Anyway, so this is quite a good one. This is from Rachel Farrell and and she says, "Hello. Do you think that playing video games has affected your life in any way?" Then smiley face,
no.
super excited for new episodes.
Not at all. No.
I mean, like, I think she means kind of, do you think like you're smarter from playing games? Do you have a better reaction time? Do you have better hand-eye coordination? Rather than has it like, ignoring YouTube and stuff, just playing video games. Do you think that's shaped you at all?
Wow, that's a
I kind of read into her question quite a bit more. I don't know if that's what she meant. But.
Has it shaped me? No, I mean, not really, I guess. I reckon the whole commentating thing has, sort of thing, but I reckon if you just sit there and just playing games, then yeah, it might affect your hand-eye coordination a little bit, but nothing major, to be honest with you. So I don't think it has.
No, not at all.
Well, why? Like,
well, I don't know. Like, I mean, it might have made you more competitive, or you might. I think that playing video games helps your kind of like problem solving. Like, I like playing a lot of puzzle games, and I think because of that, I think that is the part of my brain where I'm kind of doing these sort of problem solving and kind of seeing things in different ways. I think that part of the brain, that muscle has been strengthened. I think the more you do something, the more connections your brains build in that area. And so if you're playing video games, you're building more and more connections, with all of the skills that are involved, with playing video games. And so I think that, it's hard to measure a difference because I've been playing games my entire life. And so, it'd be a very gradual slope. But I think, it's definitely, shaped me, because I play so much. So that's kind of like, I live to play. That's my favorite thing to do. Like, I like to experience things and go to new places, but given a choice of like a perfect evening, I'd just be playing games. I'd just be drinking tea and playing video games. Like, that's what, that's what I love to
That's what
do.
It's all about. Drinking tea, playing video games.
I don't know whether it's made me more competitive as well. I don't know why.
You've always been competitive.
Because I feel like I'm quite competitive when playing games. And we spoke about this a little bit before, where it's not like, oh, I want to win, but I love the challenge of trying to win. And I don't know whether that was just how I was, and I kind of get it out my system in video games, or whether that has come from video games. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've always been kind of competitive. I mean, I am as well. I like to win. But, I don't see how people can't get competitive because, you're not going to do something if you don't want to win, to be honest. I mean, some people are not like that. I guess some people are like, they're kind of in it just because it's fun. But if I'm playing something, then I want to play to win. That's where the entertainment comes from, because you're obviously trying so hard to be the best at it and stuff like that. So... yeah, I mean, I guess, okay, I'll take it back. Yeah, it probably has kind of shaped me differently. Like Stamp says, if you're just playing... but it depends what game you're playing though, doesn't it? Because if people are just playing puzzle games, like, like if they're just playing Call of Duty all the time, then it might do the hand-eye coordination, but you don't really come across any puzzles.
No, but you do. But you because to be successful. So say for example a shooting game, to be successful at it, it's not just about aim and reaction time. There's so much more knowledge. When I'm playing a game, I'm sitting there, I got my headset on, I'm listening to the sounds, I'm working out, right, my team's here, so I'm working out they're probably spawning here, like I've learned the spawn points, like I'm timing when the new weapons are going to be respawning. Like there's a lot going in to play, strategically well. there's a lot of information you have to receive and analyze, and put into action really quickly, or even in just like, a one-on-one fight against someone, depending on what game it is, the way you maneuver, the way you kind of, make sure you can maneuver yourself to have the better position. There's a lot of, strategic depth that you have to do very, very quickly, which doesn't really happen in many other situations. I think the only good comparison is sports, because I think board games are normally much, slower paced. You look at something like chess, and you generally, unless you're doing like speed chess, you have time to think everything through. Video games is, you're kind of doing a lot of the similar things, but you have to do it so quick. And I think that does, that does increase quick thinking, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
I think it has. Even if you don't realize it, I think it must have affected you. I think. Anyway, so
okay.
We go. Let's do like 3 more questions, because originally we were saying like, oh yeah, this will probably be a short podcast, about half an hour or
it's
so.
Like an hour and a half.
The thing, because I normally have my timer up on my screen, but my screen's covered with social media questions, so I haven't been checking the time, and so I was just thinking, oh, if it goes on too long, Squid will end it, and I've just seen, like, nope, we're going over. So let's
wait for you.
let's do 3 more, and then we'll call it a day. This one's from Twitter, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to read it. So this is PawPad9, and they say, this is a good one actually. Does YouTube ever get in the way of things? For example, if you went somewhere and you vlogged it, does it make it less enjoyable? So I think there's 2 parts. So I think there's the vlogging part, and then also, does YouTube get in the way of... I think the fact that I upload a video every single day, and so no matter what I'm doing, where I am in the world, or or who I'm with, I need to upload a video that day. And even if I've recorded the video ahead of time, I always need to check it and do the link in the description and stuff. So that part's an inconvenience
YouTube
for me.
Is one of them jobs where... no matter what you do, it's extremely hard to switch off, in the sense that Stampy says, like in a normal 9-to-5 job, you can get home, you can kind of relax, you can do what you want, you don't have to worry about going to work until the next day, or if it's a weekend, going back on Monday morning. Whereas YouTube, if you're uploading, 2-3 videos a day, that's, 2-3 videos a day to worry about, if they're going to go out all right, if if something goes wrong with them. And you kind of have to either be really sort of organized, or, or kind of, have someone else there to kind of help you out with it, maybe, sort of thing like that. So it's one of these jobs where you can't really sort of switch off ever. There's no kind of off point, if you know what I mean. It's really hard to switch off for YouTubers. That's why you see them normally working like crazy hours in the morning to get videos out, or doing stuff while they're on the move, or if they're vlogging, wherever they go, just because it's going to be extra sort of content for when they get back, or stuff like that. So it's a very demanding job. Like, people always say like, oh, it's so easy, like anyone can do it, and it's really not. Like, the whole part of playing video games for a living is all they kind of see. There's so much more work that actually goes into, recording that video to actually getting it on YouTube, all done, all edited with the thumbnails, and then having that pressure of kind of checking it and making sure everything goes out all right. And that's that's like a daily basis. It's not just like 1 week out of the year. It's like every single, sort of week. So that's why a lot of YouTubers find it hard to keep, constant content flowing, and a lot of people can't really hack it, and, they can't really keep up. And, that's why you see some people in YouTube not really do it anymore, because, they don't really kind of enjoy it as much as they thought, I guess. So yeah, it does kind of get in the way to some things, I guess.
Well, I think being a YouTuber is more of a lifestyle than a job. Like, it's it takes over your life, and so I think that's kind of the most concise way I can think of putting it. It's not a job that you go to then leave. It's a lifestyle choice. And so it affects almost every part of your life. And then about the vlogging thing, like, I think vlogging does affect your joy. I hate it when people go to a gig and I see half the people in the crowd with their phones out recording it. And I'm like, what are you doing? No one's going to want to watch that video. You're not going to want to watch that video later. Just enjoy the moment. Like, every good and dramatic thing that happens, everyone just yoinks out their phone and they're just recording it. And I'm like, why? Like, why are you watching this moment through a screen? You're here. Like, people, you're not going to impress people when when they watch it. And so I don't want to live my life through a camera lens, which is why I don't vlog very regularly. I don't do daily vlogs because I don't want to, and so that's not. Some people are fine with that, and I think that's kind of whether you're a YouTuber or not. I mean, what am I saying? Everyone's a YouTuber these days, so like that's not a life choice. I would like. I kind of, as much as I can, and I think you're the same, kind of like to say, this is the time I'm recording videos, this is the recording video times, now I'm going to chill out with my friends and family and not put a camera in their face and hope, something funny happens.
Because you kind of need that. You kind of need the off time. I mean, videos take such a large majority of our time, so, it's kind of nice to have the time away, and then when you get back to it, you can kind of go back to it with full energy and not be tired, because it's like any job. If you do too much of it, you're going to burn yourself out. If you're not going out and seeing your friends, you're going to kind of miss out on your social life. So with YouTube, it's kind of all about balance. You need to have a good balance to kind of enjoy it to its kind of maximum potential sort of thing. So yeah, as Stamp says, it's definitely a lifestyle you have to kind of adjust to rather than a job.
Okay, so 2 more questions. This one's from Tristan, and they wanted to know, would we rather play Minecraft on PC or Xbox?
PC.
Xbox. There you go, that was a quick one. Thanks for the question, Tristan. And then final question, this one's from Carwin, and the question is, are you and Squishy dating?
No, we're not dating, no.
Okay, so that is the final question. Hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. I know it's a little bit different. We weren't planning to do this a regular thing, but this was quite fun. I enjoyed like the sillier questions a lot as well, because I mean, the thing is, like, we talk about ourselves a lot, and we've done Q&As in the past. Like, if we kept doing Q&As, we've told people who inspired us. We've spoke about why we've started YouTube. We've spoke about what we'd do if we weren't YouTubers. There's kind of the standard questions that most people get asked, and I feel like we've answered them. And I think that if we regularly spoke about ourselves this much, then, we'd run out of stuff to say. And also, it would be not very interesting. But if you did enjoy this and you would like to kind of see more of these kind of quick fire topics or quick fire questions, let us know. And it's something that we could maybe do again in the future. Maybe like 1 out of every 10 podcasts could be a Q&A one. But let us know.
Or maybe add into the podcast itself and have kind of like a quick fire round section within the podcast itself. We've got Squiddy tips, got Stampy tips. Could even have a little quick fire round in between there. That could be arranged.
Yeah, so just let us know what you think. So if you're on YouTube, just leave it as a comment down below. I think that's the best way. Or you can always write on our Magic Animal Club podcast Facebook page as well and give us feedback there. But apart from that, hopefully you're enjoying your time in Disney, Euro Disney.
Great time, mate. Yeah, great time.
What have you been up to? Any funny stories of while you've been there?
Oh, mate, so many funny stories. But the good thing is, actually, when we get back, because I get back on the Monday, we can record, and we're going to have a lot of things to talk about, mate. A lot of things.
A lot of roller coasters. So hopefully you want to hear about Disney parks. But that's the end of episode 6 of the Magic Animal Club. There'll be a new episode.
Not 6. Number 8.
8. I thought 8 in my head, but I said 6. Just checking to see if you're paying attention. You passed. That's the end of episode number 7 of the Magic Animal Club podcast.
8.
There'll be I'm joking. I'm just joking, Squid. I'm joking. Anyway, that's the end of episode number 79 of the Magic Animal Club podcast. There'll be a new episode up next Friday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.